What is the difference between the promise your brand makes to your customers and the promise your company makes to your team? Well, there shouldn't be any difference at all. If you expect your team to know exactly how to treat your customers, here's why billionaire Richard Branson says the customer does not come first. Internal user experience, the heart of your brand. Hey everyone, I'm Canon with Inspiration to Millions. Today we're going to talk about the internal user experience of your brand. The great brands are ones that feel like home to the customers and the team alike. And building your brand like a great hometown means your first priority should always be on your brand's culture. So, what is internal user experience? Well, to put it plainly, internal user experience means what is life like for the people who make their living inside your company. When your team feels like your company is their hometown, a place that is fun to make good use of what they know, a place that is safe for them to try new things to help them grow, that feeling they have of your company being their hometown positively influences every customer experience. Hometowns are built through the culture of the people who live and work there. In the hometown of New York City, the structures are enormous, towering displays of industrial ambition, because that's the foundational culture of New York City. When preparing to build your brand like a hometown, the very first priority is making certain you're building on a strong foundation. And the foundation of any brand will always be its values and ethics. Values and ethics of a brand are more than just words on a paper. They are the guidelines, the sacred scrolls, the unimpeachable mandates that inform every company decision about what to do and how to act. And these mandates should apply to the highest ranking CEO down to the newest intern. Mixed messages regarding a company's values and ethics within the ranks of a company will result in extending mixed messages to your consumers. Mixed messages disrupt brand loyalty, and no matter what your business, brand loyalty is your business plan. Today's consumer culture is built on the foundation of discernment. Every time we make a purchase, whether it's a brand new car or a pack of gum, we now have so many options that we're involved towards choosing those brands that remind us of ourselves, the best of ourselves, what we love about ourselves, what we stand for, what we strive towards, our deepest held principles. And if the brands we choose are doing something to contribute to a greater good of humanity, then so are we by association. And we love being a part of a positive contribution to humanity. The decision to buy is emotional, and today's consumers are making their purchase decisions with their hearts. Why? Because that's what feels good. It's what feels best. The decision to buy is always emotional. It's been scientifically proven using MRI technology, which shows that our brains recognize our favorite brands in the exact same way we recognize our favorite people. A slick and clever pitch is no longer effective. A bright and shiny package does not close a sale. Not anymore. We read reviews, we Google you, we find business reports. We can read what employees are saying, and we can read what former employees have to say. Today's consumers are more connected than ever before with the brands they know and trust. The decision to buy is now more intimately informed from a multitude of sources. Seeing if your company is who you say you are has never been so easy to discern. Before making a purchase decision, your ideal individual now has the ability to reach beyond your advertisement, peel away the shiny exterior, and peer directly into the heart of your brand. The heart of any brand will always be the people who live and work within your community and their shared values and ethics. The demand for authenticity and self-identification from a brand is on a steady rise. An authentic brand that is built like a hometown has a well-defined culture that has been unified and upheld by the brand's values and ethics. I'm reminded of this fancy schmancy health spa I used to go to sometimes in Beverly Hills. The lobby smells like lemongrass, and there's this trickling water fountain in the middle made of crystal that I love to watch. And as soon as I'd step through those doors and smell that lemongrass and hear those dripping crystals softly clinking, I could feel the tension from the outside world just melt away. That's why I went. I love the acupuncturist there. I know the receptionist by name. Her name is Mandy. She's always asking me how my puppies are, and I'm always asking her about her school. The last time I visited, though, I had scheduled an appointment for right when the clinic opened, and I was running early. I wasn't even sure if the door was unlocked, but I give it a try, and sure enough, it cracks open, and the scent of lemongrass comes wafting through. Before I open the door all the way, the sound of this harsh tone of voice, freezes me in place. I recognize it as the owner. the main practitioner of the clinic. And she is berating Mandy for some clerical error like Mandy must have made. But I hear her say, "You insist you aren't stupid, and yet you make these stupid mistakes." I feel like I want to run in and protect Mandy, defend my hometown girl. And I don't know what to do. This is a health and wellness spa, and the owner is saying toxic things to the first person who will greet every client for the rest of the day. Now, as a brander, to me, this person is obviously being a complete and utter fool. And I want to tell him, hey, you're being a fool, but I'm worried I'll just make things worse for Mandy once I'm gone. So I step through the door, catching them both by surprise. And the main person, their face just melts into this calm, cool smile. So I take my appointment with the acupuncturist, despite that false smile, but I'm so uncomfortable. I can't relax. I can only think of Mandy being berated, and I'm equating that feeling now with the acupuncture. What was my hometown of relaxation time has become a battlefield of tension. Should I butt in? Should I walk out? Should I do both? It was a terrible experience, a little heartbreaking even. I never went back there again, and I don't really care for the smell of lemongrass anymore. The way your employees feel will ultimately determine the way your customers feel. It's inescapable. It may not happen all at once, but if your employees don't feel valued, if your team doesn't feel like they're a valued part of the team, then eventually neither will your customers. In yoga, we say, how you are on the mat is how you are in life. This is true for your brand. In 1950, Jim Collins of Boeing said, everybody harps about, it's all about responding to the outside world. But the great companies are internally driven and externally aware. Internally driven, externally aware. It isn't a novel concept for companies to aim towards cultivating employees that are proud of where they work and believe in the work they are doing. In fact, almost all businesses present themselves in this light. But the stats say otherwise. This is where it gets very, very important. Robert Kaplan in the Harvard Business School reported that a mere 7% of employees today fully understand their company strategies and what is expected of them in order to help achieve company goals. If you employ 100 people, only 7 of them know what is expected of them to help to reach the company goals. That's a losing battle. In a recent Gallup survey, more than 3,000 randomly selected workers were asked if they agree with this statement. I know what my company stands for and what makes our brand different from our competitors. Only 41% agreed with that statement. So it would appear that many companies are failing to help their employees understand what makes their brand outstanding. And if your employees don't know firsthand what makes your brand great, how can they possibly deliver that greatness to your customers? We can do better. We can leverage this information, this rampant incongruence in company values, by making a unified brand culture, your brand's superpower. So let's look at a few brands who are already nailing brand culture. Zappos is a company that has cultivated its promise into the lives of its employees by choosing personalities that will represent the brand's values and ethics. The hiring process is the perfect place to start curating your brand culture. Zappos is a company that sells on-trend fashion, and they encourage their employees to express themselves through fashion, body art, outrageous hairstyles. Zappos has a reputation for excellent customer service. Their staff is authentically friendly and upbeat. To support and sustain these values, when you walk into a Zappos corporate office, you're going to find the employees' pets running around and people playing instruments in the break room. You may pass the room set up for taking a quick nap or decide to pop into the daily offered yoga class. Zappos took an online shoe store and built a billion-dollar empire based on excellent customer service that is backed by excellent employee service. Another brand culture superstar, Costco. Who doesn't love Costco? I love Costco. And apparently so do the employees. A study done by Business Insider revealed that most employees felt that their team members were like family. Costco is a company that is modeled to help large families and local family businesses save time and money. Every Costco employee starts out above minimum wage, regardless of their education level, with time and a half on Sundays and 7 paid holidays off. The health benefits are awesome. The full-time employees get paid lunch breaks. The holiday parties are generously catered with exciting giveaways. Everyone gets a free turkey on Thanksgiving. I mean, talk about building your brand like a great hometown, built on shared values and ethics. Richard Branson says, clients don't come first. Employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they will take care of the clients. So when upholding your brand's values and ethics becomes your first priority, your team becomes clear and committed about what makes your brand better than the competition. They become clear about what is expected of them to achieve your brand's goals. When your team is living your brand promise for themselves and feeling valued by your brand's values and ethics, It will be with pride that they deliver the promise onto your customers. Inspire brand loyalty from the inside first, and your team will do the rest. Articulate your brand promise. What is the greater future your brand promises to deliver to your customers? Is that promise the same greater future you deliver to your employees? Just asking myself these same questions, I get excited. I know I can come up with like 2 or 3 ways that my team experiences the values and ethics of my company through their interactions with me, but I want to find more. I always want to find ways to create more opportunities to help my team live into my brand's promise. Develop this superpower for your brand. Let's be ambitious and have fun with this. I always tell my clients, if it doesn't have heart, go back to the start. Lead your team to fall in love with your brand. It's a win-win-win. What is one thing you can start doing today to represent your brand's internal user experience? What is one thing you can stop doing today to better align your brand's internal user experience? Or what's one new fun way you can support your team and make them feel valued as you want your customers to feel valued? Antoine de Saint-Exupéry sums up the superpower of internal user experience quite beautifully. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to gather wood. Don't assign them tasks and work, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you can see the tremendous opportunity in activating the superpower of internal user experience. Build your brand and your brand culture like a hometown from the heart, and with your values and ethics firmly set as the foundation. Your team members are the heart of your brand, and when there's love in their heart, they will inspire your ideal individuals to love your brand too. That's why we always say, remember to love what you do and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.